Hey, what's up? Good to see you here. So, if you have a Nvidia graphics card, then you should know this. Actually, there are two types of GPU drivers that you can get for Nvidia. One is called Game Ready driver and the other one is called Studio driver. So, in this video, I'm going to discuss about why I use Nvidia Studio driver, not the Game Ready driver. I never use Game Ready driver once I found out about some specific thing or specific difference between Studio driver and Game Ready driver. So one and only the good reason why I use Nvidia Studio driver and not Game Ready driver, even though I play games, still I just use Nvidia Studio driver because Nvidia Studio driver gets 2 or 3 updates, maybe max 4 updates a year. So in 1 year you get like maximum 4 updates to Studio driver. On the other side, for the Game Ready drivers, you get more frequent updates. Like for example, if there are new games releasing, mostly the AAA title games like huge popular games, then Nvidia Game Ready driver will definitely get a new update. So that update will be to enhance the game and boost the performance of the newly released game. But there is one problem with that. Sometimes those newly released Game Ready drivers actually cause performance issue on some games. Maybe it will enhance and boost the performance of the newly released game, but it might cause some problem on other games. So for example, I used to play Fortnite 2 or 3 years back. Now these days I don't play much Fortnite as I used to, but at that time I used to use a Nvidia Game Ready driver, and whenever there is a new Game Ready driver, I would get some kind of issue, maybe frame drop, maybe game is freezing, something like that. I'm not saying every single Game Ready drivers are bad, but sometimes it happens. It happened to me many times until they released a Nvidia Studio driver. Then I started using Nvidia Studio driver and I saw that in all of the games the performance was like on same level. I was not having the same issue when I used to use a Nvidia Game Ready driver. If you're a true Nvidia user and true gamer, then you know this, right? You'll find lots of posts on this topic too, that sometime newly released Game Ready driver will cause a performance issue on a game. You can find lots of posts on this topic. There will be a specific version of Nvidia Game Ready driver which will cause specific issue on specific game or your entire computer. So let me try to put this in a simple words why I use Nvidia Studio driver over Game Ready driver even though I play games. Nvidia Studio drivers gets slow update, which means it is more stable than the Game Ready driver, because Game Ready drivers gets more update, more frequent update, and believe it or not, that actually cause some issues. I'm not saying that you're gonna get a bad performance on every single Game Ready drivers, but there are cases, actually I have been through it. Okay, as I said, you can also look for posts online. There are many posts on this, that after updating Nvidia driver this version I had this issue, and there are many posts, and I'm hoping that you're understanding this. Okay, so basically Nvidia Studio driver is the stable version of Nvidia drivers. Okay, if you use a Game Ready driver, it's like sometime you get a good performance, maybe boost in a performance, but sometimes it can cause some issues. If you get a performance issue, then you'll have to wait for the fix update for that version. So this is the only reason why I use Nvidia Studio driver, not the Game Ready driver. And I hope that you understand this. Okay. Now some people will say that if you want to play games, then you should use Game Ready driver. That is like, I don't know, it's up to you, whichever you want to use. But ever since I started using Nvidia Studio driver, there is a balance in performance. Like I have never got into any performance issue in games, in programs or whatever. The performance is on same level. There is no huge difference between Studio driver and Game Ready driver. Maybe you'll get a huge difference when, let's say, GTA 6 is coming when the GTA 6 will come out, then new game ready driver will be available for GTA 6 to boost the performance and enhance the gaming experience for the GTA 6. Then if you compare like a studio driver versus game ready driver, then maybe you will see that the game ready driver will give you like maybe 2 frames more, maybe 6 frames more than the studio driver, maybe. And if you check on other games, you'll see that there is no huge difference. And believe it or not, those features that newly released game ready drivers got will also be ported to the Nvidia Studio driver. The Nvidia Studio driver will also get those performance enhancing features or enhancing driver versions, but late. It will take some time to get the new update which matches with the newly released game ready driver for studio driver. Okay, so if you use GeForce Experience application, you can actually see and you can actually choose which driver you want to use. There is a game ready driver. Let me show you the versions of it. So you can see here that game ready driver latest version is 5.11.79. If we go check for studio driver, just like that, and you can see studio driver is also 5.11.65. It's like traveling a little bit behind the game ready driver. They are basically the same thing, but game ready driver will have the latest and greatest features and whatnot, but studio driver will also get those, but slowly, and the studio driver will be more stable than the game ready driver because the game ready driver is already tested on many computers and people have reported if there are any problems. So slowly the studio driver will also get that same update in future. And some people will say that studio driver is only for editing videos, like if you use a creative applications like Adobe Premiere Pro, Photoshop, DaVinci Resolve, or many more applications. That's actually not true. I know there is a game ready driver made for gamers. I know there is a studio driver made for creative people who use softwares like for photo editing, video editing, but actually the performance is almost the same. Okay, you cannot see with your eyes, but as I said, studio driver is like a stable version of the Nvidia drivers. Okay, it's just better than the game ready driver if you don't want to get into any performance issues. That's all I want to say. Okay, and this is the only reason why I use Nvidia Studio driver. I hope that you understood this, and I tried my best. Okay, I tried my best to explain. Now it's up to you whether you want to use a game ready driver or a studio driver. So if you want to say anything to me, do the comment. I'll listen to you. I will reply to you. And if you have any questions, then also do the comment. We just chit chat in the comments. That's it. Hope you enjoyed it. Actually, there is one more thing. So I know some people don't like to use GeForce Experience application. If you go to the Nvidia's official site to download drivers for Nvidia GPU, then you can also select a game ready driver or studio driver, just in case if you don't use a GeForce Experience. I started using GeForce Experience after I started using a studio driver because there was a myth in my mind that GeForce Experience was actually causing the performance issue in my game, but actually it was the game ready driver. Then I started using GeForce Experience, and I get like, you know, as I said, 2 or 3 updates for the studio driver a year. So in 1 year, I get like max 4 updates, and I'm happy with that. Okay, I don't want to constantly update my GPU drivers, and that's also a good thing. Believe it or not, some versions of Nvidia graphics drivers performs better than other versions. That's also a thing. You can do the search online. Okay, I'm talking too much. Okay, so that's it. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm gonna see you in the next one. Take care of yourself and have fun. Bye bye.